The MCTC Choir website, drlizmusic.com MCTC Choirs, is full of information that will help you learn your music. This tutorial is designed to help you navigate this website and use these materials. The help pages can be found by clicking on the help pages link on the navigation bar. From here, the drop-down menu includes a variety of resources. The Resources for Sight Singing link has tools to help singers learn to read choral music. The Practice Files link contains sound files of current choir music in MIDI and XML formats. On the Diction link, singers will find MP3 files with pronunciations of the texts of songs that the choirs perform in languages other than English. The Repertoire link contains PDF files for each song with word-for-word translations of the choir repertoire, along with pronunciation guides in International Phonetic Alphabet, IPA, analysis of the pieces, tips and tricks to help singers learn the pieces more efficiently, and links to recordings. The YouTube playlist is filled with performances by other choirs of current repertoire. This is a good way to help choir members learn their music if they learn best by ear. Let's look at these materials in more depth. Resources for sight singing. The sight singing resources are fairly self-explanatory. Basically, you've got Finding Do, which is the beginnings of sight singing, and then how to read a choral score. This includes a handout and a video. If you have poor sight singing skills or have never read a choral score before, you will find the resources here really useful. Practice files. Many choir members find it helpful to hear the music they are studying while they practice. This is where the choir practice files come in handy. These files are available in both MIDI and XML format. The MIDI files may be played on any media player such as QuickTime, Windows Media Player, or iTunes. They can also be imported into music notation programs such as Finale or the free Finale Notepad so that you can see as well as hear your music. To use these files, you need to download the file onto your computer and play it in a media player of your choice. In general, depending on the browser and operating system that you use, you should be able to download the files by right-clicking for PC or control-clicking for a Mac. And you'll see here below, you'll have the pieces for college choir, the pieces for vocal ensemble, and the pieces for both choirs. For more control over what you hear, you might consider using Finale Notepad. Finale Notepad is available from finalemusic.com. Just browse to their website and look for downloads. It's free and available for both PCs and Macs. Directions for using both MIDI and music XML files with Finale Notepad can be found on the website by going to Help Pages, Practice Files, and music XML files with Finale Notepad. While XML files cannot be used in traditional music players, they are great in music notation programs because, unlike MIDI files, they can show things such as lyrics and expressive markings. In other words, they look more like a real score and carry more information. If you prefer to use the XML files, make sure to download them first. There will be a link on the Practice Files page similar to this link here that says Fall 15 XML. It will have a different semester, year, and fall or spring, but that's basically where the link will be. It's a zip file, and then download the whole file to your computer, and there's directions for how to open them up on that same page where you found directions for using music XML files. Let's go on to diction files. For every song that we do in languages other than English, there is an MP3 file with the pronunciation. These can be found on the choir website by going to the navigation bar, Diction, Help Pages, Diction. Most web browsers will have the ability to play these files built right in. However, if you'd like to use them offline, feel free to download them to your computer. Directions on how to download files will vary depending on your operating system and the browser that you use, but in general, you can probably download them by right-clicking for PC or control-clicking for Macs. So just let's take a look here. For example, this is just like the practice file pages where you have college choir and the pieces, vocal ensemble and the pieces, and then both choirs. So let's click on Ocho Candelicas. This is the diction file for Ocho Candelicas. Hanukkah linda está aquí. So that's basically how that works. You click the title of the song to hear the pronunciation of the text. When you're playing the file, you will hear someone speaking the pronunciations like you just did. Then there will be a slight pause so that you can repeat the phrase. I strongly suggest having your score in hand as you listen and writing in pencil the pronunciations you hear right into your music in a way that makes sense to you personally, so you have it as a reference when we work on the piece in class. For further study, please refer to the Repertoire Guides, which can be found under Help Pages, Repertoire. And now we'll look at these. So the Repertoire Guides have many tools to help you learn your music. They contain background information, translations, international phonetic alphabet transcriptions, which are basically pronunciation guides, word-for-word and poetic translations, structural analysis, links to recordings, and strategies for learning. Depending on your browser, most material can be downloaded to your computer by right-clicking PCs or control-clicking for Macs. You might want to print them off and include them with your music. You can also probably view them directly from your browser by just clicking directly on the link. The organization is the same as for practice files and diction files, where you'll see college choir, vocal ensemble, and both choirs. So let's just click on this, and you'll see. So the composer, the sources, the text, the background, recordings that you can find, and some pieces, some information about the analysis of this piece. And again, you may want to download these. This is really good, solid information to have. There are also, there's the YouTube playlist, which I won't take you to. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's troubleshooting. Sometimes you have trouble with MIDI playback, and this can help you with this. Some people like to either put their MIDI into an audio CD, or they like to play it in iTunes, like on their iPod. This will show you how to do it. So those are the big ideas. All right, I hope you found this useful.